Hello, hi, good evening. All right, hello everyone, welcome to the Instagram live series of Panache Academy. Today we have come up with the most frequently asked topic, frequently asked questions of our followers and viewers, that is facts and myths of aviation industry. So today we'll be having with us the chairperson of Panache Academy, Ms. Kushnam Awari. She is the perfect person to introduce this industry to all our viewers and clarify the certain facts and myths of this aviation industry. So let's connect to her.
Just waiting for ma'am to come. Hi, good evening, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Javanika. Me doing fine, and good evening, all the viewers. And thank you for joining us.
Great, great. So, ma'am, let's begin the session. I've already introduced about the topic that we are going to speak about
Okay.
to all the
Yeah.
viewers out there. And
Hmm.
so let's begin.
Sure. All yours.
All right. To start off with, ma'am, could you please explain us something about aviation industry?
The aviation industry at large. Okay, so aviation industry, basically, if you're talking about aviation industry in India, it is one of the most fastest growing sectors as far as economically is concerned. Today, India has got on an average 464 airports and airstrips, which is growing by the day. And according to IATA, that is International Air Transport Association, India is the fastest growing country as far as aviation sector goes. Apart from that, aviation also contributes to around 10% of the all India GDP. So, of course, it's a big, huge sector we are talking about, a sector which is growing by leaps and bounds day, day in and day out.
Great, 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 great. So I would like to inform you all guys that in case during our live session you have any questions, kindly do write to us in the comment box. Also, if you don't want to message over here, you can DM us on our Panache Academy official page. All right. So moving forward, ma'am, there are these words: air hostess, flight stewards, cabin
Hmm.
crew. Different words that are being
Right?
used for this industry.
Hmm.
So I would like to request you to please explain us about this.
Well, all the words that you mentioned, air hostess, cabin crew, flight steward, flight purser, they all basically mean the same. It They all mean that you are a person who is working on an aircraft as a air
Mm-hmm.
hostess or a flight purser. Now, air hostess is a girl who is working on an aircraft, and a purser, flight purser, is a boy who is working on the aircraft. That is the only difference between an air hostess and a purser. Otherwise, all these terms mean the same thing. Cabin crew is a generalized term, which is used for girls as well as boys. But otherwise, it's the same thing. It's someone who is working on an aircraft, doing the safety, doing the service, doing the first aid, whatever is required out of them.
All right, great. So sounds that a lot of confusion between these words are being sorted enough, guys.
Right.
So next time I'm very sure आपको difference between there is as such no difference. जैसे मैम ने बोला this is cabin crew is a generalized term and you are aware about it now, right? So ma'am, I would like to know that why would you recommend this profession to someone?
Why would I recommend this profession to someone? Well, I would highly and greatly recommend this profession to someone. Uh, Someone who likes traveling. That is one of the most important criteria. that if you like traveling, there is no better profession than this. You are seeing the world and you are being paid to do that. What better can you ask for? Apart from that, of course, there are a lot of perquisites that you get. It's a good paying job, wherein, say, if you're flying with a domestic sector, you start from anywhere between 35 to 40,000. If you're flying with an international airline, you start somewhere between 1 to 1.5 lakh per month. So yes, it's a good high paying job. You are living the best of best lifestyle. You are flying international, you are staying at 5-star hotels, you have cars which come to pick you up, which come to drop you, and you are interacting with the best of best people around, uh, celebrities, you're coming across them all the time. So it's a very, very glamorous and a high flying job. And the best is you're getting well paid to do that also. So yes, if you like traveling, if you like seeing the world, there is no better job than the job of a cabin crew, I would say.
Of course, sounds so great. So, moving on to our another, myths and misconception there are there about this
Sure.
industry. तो
Okay.
मैम काफी सारे लोगों को लगता है कि
हम्म
क्रू जो फ्लाइट में रहते हैं उनका काम सिर्फ चाय कॉफी देना रहता है पैसेंजर्स को. So,
हम्म
in that case, I would request you to explain our viewers about the roles and responsibility of a crew.
Well, if I have to answer this question, I just like to take you back a little to certain airlines that do not serve food on board. But again, they do have cabin crew. चाहे खाना नहीं देते हो, चाहे सिर्फ पानी देते हो, आप वो भी नहीं देते हो, फिर भी क्रू रहेगा बोर्ड पे. And why is that? The crew is there for the safety of the passengers. The service and the service procedures and all comes much later. The crew first and foremost is there for safety. अगर कुछ भी हो सकता है, there are so many scenarios, so many emergency scenarios, technical scenarios, first aid scenarios, कुछ भी हो सकता है एयरक्राफ्ट के ऊपर. तो उनको हैंडल करेगा कौन और कैसे करेगा? No one else but the crew. आज अगर बोर्ड पे फायर हो गया, 35,000 feet above sea level, there is no fire brigade coming to help you. You are going to be the one who is going to handle that situation. There's a passenger who comes down with a heart attack. Who is going to handle it? No one but the crew. So, the first and the most important role of a cabin crew is safety of the passengers. And that is where all the training happens, and that is where the crew are trained for such a long time before they are kept on board. After that comes safety. Yes, it is the, service. This service is something that you see every day. But in times of an emergency, it is the safety which takes over and is the most important role of a cabin crew.
Right. So I think the picture about cabin crew's role are much more clear to all the viewers out there and to every candidate who will be watching us also. Right. So ma'am, काफी सारे parents का, काफी सारे candidates का एक question रहता है regarding to the safety. Right. So how safe is this career, and especially for girls?
Okay, how safe is this career, especially for girls? I will say, yes, this question that you've asked me is a question that I come across very often. But my answer to this is, I would say, being in this profession for such a long time, my personal experience would be that there is no other profession which is more safer for girls than this profession. So my views are a little contradictory to what the public notion is, but I'll explain why I would say this. If you're working in a normal company or wherever it is, the normal job that we do 9 to 5, uh, first and foremost, to reach the place of your job, also, you're taking a bus, you're taking a train, you're taking your vehicle, going there all the way, a public transport, going there and then doing your job, coming back, whatever. It's a normal office setup that is there. But if we are talking about an airline, you get dressed at your place, there's a car that comes to pick you up. So there's no question of a public transport. It's a proper, safe environment, a safe car, a safe driver who has been verified, who has got police verification that this is safe. And that is what transports you to the airport. Now, if we talk about the
Right.
airport, it is one of the safest places you will find in the country. With
Yeah.
the amount of police and the amount of airport security and the amount of all the security possible. So it is one of the safest areas you will come across. So yes, that is very safe. The aircraft itself is very safe. It is a closed environment. There is nothing no one can do to you. You are in charge there. You are in command there. And people, no matter who that person is, has to listen to a cabin crew when that person is in an aircraft. And once the flight is over, you again take the company transport and you're back home. So, taking all these logistics in mind, I would say the job of a cabin crew for a girl is one of the safest that you can ever ask for.
True, absolutely. You have actually, briefed us about the entire routine, daily routine. A
Absolutely.
cabin crew takes up the of duty for a day.
Right.
So yes, I guess the question that was there was being perfectly justified. Moving on to
Mhm.
some another misconceptions that
Mhm.
the notion that normally people have that to become normally सब लोगों ने mind में cabin crew के लिए एक image बना के रखा है. Whenever they have
Mhm.
seen somebody maybe in movie or maybe on airport, that cabin crew बनना है तो beautiful या handsome होना पड़ेगा, right? So
Okay.
so yeah. So can you just put some light on this question that what is it necessary that beautiful or handsome जो उनके mind में है picture वैसा होना है?
Right. Okay. So, आई वुड से ब्यूटीफुल या हैंडसम होने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको प्रेजेंटेबल होना है. और प्रेजेंटेबल होना है आपके खुद के लुक्स के साथ. We
Right.
each one of us is beautiful in our own way. We just need to present it in the proper manner. That is very important. Yes, there are certain rules and regulations that the height requirement is so much, the weight requirement is so much, eyesight.
Mm.
So if you are falling under all that criteria, there is nothing else that matters. You need a pleasing personality. You need to know how to carry yourself well. You need to be a confident person. And you need to wear a smile all the time on your face. If you're having all these qualities, I think you perfectly qualify to be a cabin crew. A pleasing
Yeah.
personality and how to enhance your own looks that you have. If you know that, there is no stopping you.
Great. So basically, there is nothing like being beautiful or handsome. It's about presentability and grooming. So keep that in mind that
Absolutely.
you all are beautiful and handsome out there. All right. So moving on to our another question. Height is the major factor जिसके बारे में questions रहते हैं हमेशा.
Hmm.
तो
Hmm.
मैम आप प्लीज हमें height के बारे में for as a selection criteria, can you please tell us something about it?
Well, height is something which is not a fixed criteria. It again varies from airline to airline. There are
Hmm.
some airlines which start taking girls at a height of around 5'2" also. And there are some airlines which ask for 5'3", and there are certain, maybe some international airline or whatever, which may ask for 5'4" also. But that's a rare case. It's normally between 5'2" and 5'3". So yes, that is the height criteria that is asked normally for girls. And for boys, it starts anywhere from 5'5" to 5'6". Again, airline to airline, is it a domestic airline? It's an
Mm.
international airline. It's a private charter. Whatever, it all depends. There is no fixed criteria, but this is where normally the starting point for the height requirement is.
Right. Perfect. Oh, yeah. तो I feel like कि आप लोगों को हाइट के बारे में काफी queries जो थी and a lot
Hmm.
of them have returned to us. They have DM
Okay.
to us about this.
Hmm.
तो
Hmm.
ये question आपको sort out हुआ है. So
Okay.
we'll come to another myth.
Hmm.
This is from the point of view of those candidates who are having specs or power and all that.
Hmm.
तो उसके लिए मैम आप eyesight के लिए क्या कहेंगे for this industry?
आईसाइट के लिए अगर आपको पायलट बनना है तो आईसाइट आपकी क्लियर चाहिए। अगर आपको, और अगर उसमें भी आज तो साइंस हैज गॉन सो अहेड कि आप लेजर करवा सकते हो, आप नॉर्मल जो आपका हाई पावर है उसको वापस नॉर्मल पे ला सकते हो। और अगर कैबिन क्रू की बात करें तो कैबिन क्रू के लिए देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट कि आपको नंबर नहीं होना चाहिए। यस, आपको अगर नंबर है तो ओनली थिंग दैट द एयरलाइन आस्क फॉर इज यू शुड बी कंफर्टेबल इन वेयरिंग कॉन्टैक्ट लेंसेज। अगर आप कॉन्टैक्ट लेंस पहन सकते हो और आपको सब नॉर्मल है तो देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन कि आप क्यों कैबिन क्रू के इंटरव्यू में बैठ नहीं सकते और सिलेक्ट नहीं हो सकते।
Great, great, great. So yes, I guess contact lenses is the solution for those who are having a power and who are wearing specs. So I guess you are sorted enough in that case. Then moving on to one more question, one more myth and misconception. I want to become a cabin crew. Am I supposed to learn new foreign languages? So this is also one of
Yes,
the questions. Yes. So
yes.
what would you like to say about this?
Well, this is a question again very frequently asked, and it's a very big misconception, I would say again, because there are a lot of students who come to me and ask me कि मैम cabin crew बनना है तो मैं French कर लूँ, German सीख लूँ, Spanish कर लूँ। This is the kind of thought process that is going on. पर मेरा वही एक सवाल है उनसे कि अगर एयरलाइन को चाहिए था कि आप फ्रेंच बोलो या जर्मन बोलो तो वो इंडिया में आके आपको क्यों सिलेक्ट करेगा? अगर उनको फ्रेंच स्पीकिंग पीपल चाहे तो फ्रांस जाके लेंगे, जर्मन स्पीकिंग पीपल चाहे तो जर्मनी से लेंगे। इंडिया आके फ्रेंच क्यों मांगेंगे? इंडिया आके मांगेंगे अपनी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस। सो यस, कमांड ओवर योर language, which your first language, which should be English. That is very important. Apart from that, whatever regional languages you know, of course, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, whichever language you speak, that becomes your asset. Because the airline will be taking off from a city in India. It could be a Chennai, a London flight, it could be a Bombay, Paris flight, for which they would want people who would, if it's a Bombay takeoff, maybe they would want some crew who is good in Marathi. They don't want a crew who is good in French because most of the passengers would be Indians. So to handle those passengers, you need the language of that region, of that country, the country where the aircraft is originating and taking off from. Apart from that, yes, they do have their own crew also on board. So it's not that only Indian crew are there. It's a well mixed bag of crew from all different countries. But for the selection criteria, the more regional languages, the more languages of your own country that you know, is a more added qualification than learning foreign languages.
Great. So it's like a multicultural working environment if you are working as a cabin crew, right?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
this aviation topic is something which is never-ending topic. A lot of things are there to discuss about it, to talk about it. Please, in case if you have anything to ask for it, you can DM us. You can also write down over here in the live session in the comment box right now so that we'll try to take up your questions, definitely. So
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So moving on to the another topic, ma'am, could you please explain to us about airport staff and their roles and responsibilities? Airport staff.
Airport ground staff.
Yes.
Okay, so when we're talking about airport ground staff now, we are not talking about one or two departments. Yes, when you
Hmm.
go on an airport, you may see someone sitting on the ticketing counter, someone who is issuing the boarding passes, but that is just again the face of the airline. There are other many departments that are working behind them. If I need to be clear, on an average, there are around 25 departments total in an airline. So, yes, it's a big number of support staff that is there. And it is this support staff, the staff that works on ground. See, when we are talking about a cabin crew, it's a very small number we are talking. Maybe five, six, seven, eight people on one particular aircraft. But there is an army of people who are there to actually let that aircraft, release that aircraft, I would say, to say, yes, this aircraft is okay to take off. So it's a huge number of people who are working. So you may come across customer service, you may come across the ticketing staff, you come across the ramp staff, you come across the technical staff, you come across the security. These are all different departments which require people, and which is again a very good job opportunity if you are planning or if you ever want to work on an airport. Again, one of the very safe environments to work in, and a glamorous job as it is.
Great.
So yes, again, a lot of jobs that are there when we are talking about being a ground staff. So that also is a very big opportunity which the youth can definitely go for.
Great. So, ma'am, here we have a question that
Mhm.
how do being in this profession change you as a person?
Well, I would say it completely changes you because first and foremost, it's a lifestyle. Again, as I said, it's one of the most glamorous lifestyle. If we are talking about aviation, we are as such talking about the second most glamorous profession in the world. The first, of course, being modeling, acting. Right after that comes aviation. So aviation is the second most glamorous industry in the world. And if you want to
Right.
be a part of the second most glamorous industry in the world, you need to groom yourself up to certain standards, which of course you need to get yourself to a certain standard even before you go in for that interview, because there are certain criterias that that airline is looking for. When that airline gives you their uniform, they are just not going to pick up anyone and give it. There are
Hmm.
certain requirements that they are looking for, which again, people like us, like Panache Academy, is going to train you for. So, to meet those standards and come to the standard where the airline is going to accept you with open arms is something that is our responsibility. And once that is done, so we will be looking after your language, your grooming, your self presentation, your body language, your poise, and apart from that, of course, your knowledge into the actual field, because these days also the interview criteria have gone up. Today when you go for an interview, people are looking for some amount of certain knowledge from you also. You want to be a part of the aviation industry, you want to be a part of an airline, you need to know something about it. You just can't say
Okay.
that because I saw this ad I've just walked in, or because I saw someone, a crew, like a few years back, and since then it's been my dream to be a cabin crew. This is the answer I get most often.
Yeah.
But you've got a dream, you need to work on that dream. You need to put in effort, you need to put in certain amount of hours, certain amount of time to realize that dream also, and that hard work finally pays off in an interview when you get that job. So yes, there is a lot of personality change that comes about once you start getting mentally ready that yes, you want to be a part of this industry.
Great, great, great. So, moving on to some another questions. A lot
Sure.
of candidates often have question if height and weight requirement is there for the selection of airport ground staff.
Well, for the selection of airport ground staff, there is no height or weight selection, or for that matter, even eyesight. You can wear
Hmm.
spectacles, and your height and weight does not matter. Uh,
Hmm.
if you're qualified well, as I said, you fall into all these. Your grooming is good, you know how to carry yourself, you know how to talk well, you're a courteous person. Yes, you can easily be selected. There's no height or weight criteria that you need to match.
True, true, true. Great. So I hope a lot, about ground staff also when you had certain notions about eyesight. Because what happens is, ma'am,
Right.
a lot of candidates
Mhm.
misunderstand this cabin crew criteria along with ground staff criteria. So
Right.
what happens is they consider that for becoming a cabin crew, height criteria is there, eyesight is there, so as
Absolutely.
for ground staff as well. So I
Right.
hope this thing has actually put up some light on their queries regarding to the ground staff profession,
So
right?
only if you
So,
are interested in flying and working on an aircraft, the height weight criteria comes into play. Otherwise, working for any other department in an airline, the height weight criteria does not apply.
great, great, great. So, guys, if any questions, yes, still we are here. Looking forward for your questions to answer it. Kindly do write us in the comment box, and also you can DM us in person if you want to know more about any of this hospitality, aviation, or travel and tourism industries. All right. So,
Absolutely.
now that we have a better picture about aviation, ma'am,
Mhm.
would like to know if it is so difficult to crack the interviews of cabin crew and ground staff.
I will not say it's a very, very difficult task to crack the interview of a cabin crew or a ground staff if you are well trained and if you have
True.
an idea of what you're getting into. If you know what is the requirement, like I've come across a lot of candidates uh, who have a problem with their spoken English,
Hmm.
but they kind of want to crack an interview. For that, again, it's the same thing that you need to work upon yourself. For which reason, again, we are here. So, yes, the right training is required, the right direction is required. The path is there, the water is there, but the horse needs to go to the water, put his head down, and have the water. So, yes, we are there to show you the way. We are there to take you to the interview. We are there to take you inside the room of the interview. It all you need to do is crack it. And how to crack it, what are the questions that will be asked, what are the answers expected out of you. Yes, all that training also will be given to you, apart from the technical training that was required, apart from the language training that would be required, apart from the confident training that would be required. Yes, all this training will be given to you. So once you are well trained into all of this, I don't see any reason why you would find it tough to crack an airline interview. And as far as Panache goes, I'll be, of course, speaking for Panache only. So, as far as Panache goes, we have a lot of airlines that come to our campus itself and select our students. So, our students don't need to go anywhere for airline interviews. For a cabin crew or ground staff, we have all the airlines, most of the airlines, the best of the airlines coming to our campus itself and taking our students.
Great, great. So I hope a lot of notions that are common, that are in general, we have taken up all those notions. In case if you have any other such misconception in your mind, kindly write down to us, and definitely, ma'am, we would actually like to know about your journey of aviation.
My journey of aviation. My journey has been a long one. So, what part of my journey would you like to know?
Cabin crew, of course, ma'am. Like,
well, hmm,
no, some of those things, some of
hmm,
that part of cabin crew journey, which could
hmm,
actually motivate the candidates out there who have not yet tried and tested this industry and
right.
are actually aspiring for it.
Well, as far as I go, uh, yes, I had also wanted always to be a cabin crew, and luckily I got selected with one of the best airlines in the country at that time, and I was flying with them for a lot of years. I started off as a junior crew, which of course is the starting of every crew
Mm,
or every air
true,
hostess.
true.
uh, Going forward, you become a normal crew on board, then you become a aft senior, that's the senior who is in charge of the economy. Then going on, I became the SFS, that is the senior of the entire flight. And then you go on to become check, someone who is taking tests of the new crew on board. Then you go
Mm,
into training, and yes, this has been my journey also. So then going into training and training new staff, the new cabin crew coming in, and of course then you go into management. So the it's not that if you become a crew all your life you're going to stay on that aircraft. The choice is yours. If you want to move ahead in the ladder and move ahead in the hierarchy, then there is always a scope for you to go ahead. So, yes, that has also been my journey. This journey, I would say, has been the one of the best parts of my life. Absolutely carefree life. You're getting dressed, going for your flights, you are having a high flying life, you're enjoying yourself, you're earning money, you're seeing new places, you're seeing new countries, you're having your breakfast in one country, lunch in another, and dinner in another. So, yes, a very, very glamorous life. And I would suggest that if any of you listening to me are interested in traveling and seeing the world, I would say there is no better profession than this one.
great, great. So, yes, of course, the journey was amazing. In that, we got to know about, how can you progress ahead in the same
Absolutely.
career of cabin crew. There is one question from our viewer. Uh,
Okay.
they are mentioning that how many rounds are there in ground staff interviews, airport ground staff?
See, again, there is no fixed thing कि एयरक्राफ्ट एयरपोर्ट ग्राउंड स्टाफ का इंटरव्यू है तो बस एक राउंड होगा या दो राउंड होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आज मेरी
Hmm,
कंपनी है, मुझे आज चाहे तो मैं एक राउंड लेके आपको सिलेक्ट कर लूं, चाहे तो मैं आपके 5 राउंड लूं. So that is how it is. There is nothing fixed, neither for ground staff nor for cabin crew.
okay.
It again depends from company to company and policy to policy. So, if you are meeting the requirements, चाहे एक राउंड हो या चाहे 5 राउंड हो, you should not be worried.
True, true, absolutely. So maybe the one, it actually completely depends on type of interview, what position they are selecting for, and how now nicely you answer their all questions. Maybe one round and you're done.
Generally, it is a personal round that is there.
Personal round.
There is a group discussion that is there. So a personal round may be just one round. It could be 3 rounds. One with the HR, one with the manager, one with the GM, whatever it is. So yes, normally it can be divided into two, which would be a personal round and a GD. Some airlines also go in for aptitude tests, which again can be conducted. So as I said, there is no fixed policy.
Hmm.
It is airline to airline and company to company that it would vary. But on a generalized term, if we talk, a personal round, a group discussion, an aptitude test is what you should be prepared for.
All right, all right. So, could you please explain us about some profession or maybe career after cabin crew career?
Career after a cabin crew career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
First
maybe
and foremost,
like where can we take the entire journey till?
first and foremost, I'd like to say that again, there's a myth and a notion here,
Hmm.
especially for women, that if you are married or if you get married or if you have kids, you're supposed to leave this job. Or this profession is a short lived one of a few years. Well, this is again a myth because married women are most welcome in an airline and the career does not stop with your marriage. In fact, it does not even stop once a lady becomes pregnant. The airline gives a 1 year maternity leave to the lady so that she can have her baby and then come back to flying again. If we are talking about the retirement age, we are talking about the normal retirement age of 58. So yes, you can fly till the age of 58. There is no barrier to that. Apart from that, yes, if you want to go ahead, as I said, yes, you can go into training, you can go into management of the airline itself, or you can get into the airport ground staff, wherein again you can become a manager, a GM, the manager of that particular airline, you can become the manager of the airport manager. The Apart from that, again, the hospitality sector also opens for you because you have a experience of hospitality sector, which is a much tougher one, which would be aviation. So yes, all the five-star hotels are always ready to absorb you at a good managerial post. That is there. The travel and tourism industry is there, which is always ready to welcome you again. So there is no limitation to your career path growth once you are a cabin crew, because yes, you've cracked one of the toughest interviews in the industry. After that, the rest of the service industry will always welcome you with open arms.
Great, 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 great. All right, sounds good. So there is one question from a girl right now.
Mhm.
I'll be 27 years old in the month of September. So can I go to airline? Like, can she make a career in airline?
Yes, definitely you can. You're 27. I could say maybe you're on the borderline. So if you are interested in going for a cabin crew job, I think it's time you start applying and maybe approach us. We can help you. We can guide you how to go further. But 27 is not something that you can say, now I've grown real old and I can't become a part of this career. No, you can definitely go ahead and try.
Great, great. So of course you can DM us your contact details. We can get back to you on this. And ma'am, we have a lot of alumni of Panache Academy, and thanking
Okay.
you for all those grooming and personality development, aviation
Thank you
training,
so much.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
yes. So a lot
Our
of them are
students,
watching us right now. Yes.
our students are our pillars, and all these awards and national awards and whatever that we have been winning, I would say that's okay. It's a part of appreciation. But the true joy and the true happiness that we get is when our students come back to us and give us their success stories. That is where our actual achievement and actual joy lies.
Great, great, great. Of course, success stories and alumni of Panache Academy are the real great pillars to us. So, thank you for watching us out there, guys. Thank you for joining us live. Ma'am, would you like to say something to those who are still the aspirants of this aviation industry? As I guess we have covered almost all the notions, and in case if
Right.
something is being missed out, could you please put some light on those notions if we have missed out on something?
Sure. There's one thing that I'd like to cover here is that this question has been coming to me often these days that
Hmm.
with the pandemic going on, what is the
Right.
future of the aviation industry? Well, my answer to that is that for the last 2.5 months, that the airline industry has been shut down completely. It's not me, but you answer this question that what is the scenario of the country? Everyone is eagerly waiting for the airline industry.
I'm
Javanika,
so
had I
sorry if
lost
I
your
missed out
connection?
on.
Yes.
Yes, I guess I missed on you saying something. I'm so
Right.
sorry for that, all the viewers out there. I'm very sure you must have heard ma'am saying all whatever she had to say. Uh,
Absolutely.
so any questions, please drop us down over here so that we
Sure.
can
Or
take
you
up
can
those
DM
questions.
us and I'll be more than happy to answer all of them for you all.
Definitely. So, moving to the end of this session, any questions, anything that you have to discuss with us, kindly DM us on Panache Academy Official. We'll try to take up all your queries in personal and we'll talk to you all. Ma'am,
Absolutely.
would you like to have some closing speech to say to all our viewers out there?
No speech to say as such, but now that the airlines are taking off again from the 20th of May,
Hmm.
25th of May, all the best to all the crew, all the support staff, and
Yeah.
good luck to all those who are watching us. Any guidance required, we at Panache Academy are always there to help you and guide you. So do not hesitate to drop us a message. Good luck, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone watching us right now. And anything is there, do write to us. The best part of the entire session we had to come to know is from 25th, of course, flights are starting back. The sky will be blue again, and so as the journey of all those aspirants willing to have their career in this industry. Looking forward to see you
Absolutely.
all. Stay tuned for our live sessions every Sunday at 6 p.m. We'll be getting all such topics covered with you all. And in case if you have any suggestions for the same, you can definitely write down to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Stay safe. Stay home. Stay healthy.